Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording. 10-second buffer.
I knew
I
it.
hate you, you cunt. Yes, it's recording. You're the biggest cunt in the world. Fucking fat. What up, guys? Welcome to episode 6 of Fresh Off the Mats. Here with the fat cunt.
I got him earlier. I made him double check the camera again.
Oh, I'm keeping that in. If you think I'm not keeping that in, that's definitely staying in.
Oh my god. He took it right away, freaked out. He's like, damn,
I was like, wait a minute, let me double check.
I
Let me
knew it was
see.
going to happen, so I just needed to bring it up.
Bro. Yeah.
All right, man.
Woo! We got some drama in the Jiu-Jitsu world the past couple days.
It's a good thing, too, because we
Where did it
called
happen?
it...
Yesterday or the day before?
2 days ago. 2 days ago when it really blew up. But it's a good thing. 2 days ago from now, what is it, Wednesday? So 2 days ago from today.
From Wednesday,
Yeah, from
but
Wednesday.
I'm probably going to drop this. I drop them on Saturday,
Yeah.
so
it'll be good.
a few days behind.
So anyway, this past Monday, something we called out on episode 1 after the Rotolo brothers showed how good they are was that it's definitely going to be a competition in the future. Now, I was thinking like farther along future, but they called out Gordon Ryan, or according to them, Gordon Ryan called them out. But it's like this whole entire situation right now between which are great brothers at Jiu-Jitsu, but against the guy who's...
The age gap is what, 10 years between them? Because the Rotolo brothers are 18 and Gordon Ryan just turned 28, I think, or no,
he's 28. He's 28, yeah.
So it's 10 years. Bro, at some point, father time catches up to all of us.
Yeah.
It's just not practical. I think obviously right now, Gordon Ryan's the best, amazing. But when the Rotolo brothers, 10 years from now, when they're Gordon's age, they're going to be 28 years old. Gordon's going to be 38. Will he still be competitive? Of course. He's going to be one of the top 10 guys for sure.
Unless he gets some massive...
Unless something crazy happens. But in perfect magical Christmas land, if everything stays all fine and dandy, in 10 years, he's still going to be in the top 10, one of the baddest of all time. But these kids are going to be 28 years old. Yeah. And 28 versus 38 doesn't always pan out.
It's real.
But, yeah.
It's a real situation.
It's real.
That age matters. Not only that, size matters. Like, I give the Rotolo brothers a lot of credit. Like, their skills are up there, but a 50-pound difference, and this isn't some Joe Schmo that you're meeting in the gym just to train with. This is a guy who, he's been tried and true for everyone, no matter what, is the top competitor when it comes to no-gi jiu-jitsu. And they're going to call him out. That weight difference itself, like, you see people commenting, like, he could pressure into them, and that's...
Yeah.
They're still kids. Like, you're 19,
they're still
you're
kids.
still
18
a kid.
years old. They're not in their adult bodies yet. You know, they're still growing. There's still a lot of things to happen. Listen, they're super young. They're going to be amazing. That's not a doubt.
And it's not like they won't put up a good fight either. Like, the fight will be there. They'll have a good fight. It'll be good. But it's a difference.
I think if the fight happens, obviously it wants to happen soon. The next 4 or 5 years, the advantage goes to Gordon Ryan. Once you get past that mark, then you start to get into territories of it being a little more competitive. Yeah. But I think
by the time they're like 25, like if they hit 25, that would be like the good amount range. I mean, granted, where they're at now is still phenomenal. So maybe even if like they're like 22, 23, but that's still pushing you because.
But the thing is, they're hyping it up now, so most likely it's going to happen the next year or two. So they're going to be 19, 20 years old by the time this happens. And I still think at that point, Gordon Ryan's so much ahead that it doesn't balance out. Like, you know what I mean? As time goes on, it will start to balance out. And then this is around like 5 years from now. Then I think past that, that's when you start to see, okay, 38-year-old Gordon versus 28-year-old Rotolo brother is like, time is linear and father time's undefeated. And this misconception in our head, I hate when we get into these arguments of who's better, Ali or Mike Tyson or... You know,
like, this guy in his prime, this guy versus in his prime. It's like, what?
We can't do it.
No,
it's just one of those things we have to accept in life that, listen, because the way time is designed, we cannot do it. We can't run these experiments. So why, I don't know, I mean, it's fun to entertain. I get why people do it. But it's like...
It is a money grab. And that's where the other part of me thinks that, like, they're playing it smart.
Yeah.
Like, they are also stamping their name on the scene. And what I do like is that they are also pushing this whole clean jiu-jitsu competitor. Yeah. Like, they're saying, we don't take anything. We don't take juice. We don't take roids. Like, they are saying, yes, we're clean and we're at this level. So I do like that push that they're doing. And I think they're trying to make sure that platform stays up there. Because the thing is, even if, and most likely will happen if Gordon beats them, right? They can still show that we are such a high competitor natural. and then give it a few more years when they can really put the work on him.
But this whole natural unnatural thing, it's just I'm so exhausted with this like conversation when it comes to like steroids and all this stuff because they don't test. No. They don't test. So at the end of the day, if they don't test, you going around and claiming, oh, I'm the best because I'm natural, I may not win all the time. Bro, it means nothing. It's like baseball. So like someone brought it up to me one time that's like, what's his name? Oh my God, on the Yankees that just broke the record for the most home runs. Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
He just broke the record for the American League division for home runs in a season. And people are like, is it more valid than Barry Bonds, who has the all-time record in the whole MLB? Because he's on steroids. And then somebody brought it up to me. They're like, man, they should just make one division for the MLB, which is just clean guys, the way they're doing it now, testing. Mm-hmm. And then they should just make a freak show division where it's like, hey, this is the MLB Extreme. And it's like just all steroid.
You got this dude coming out with forearms from hell.
Well, because there's no like, the only person they're hurting is themselves.
Yeah.
So you're not punching anybody. You're not damaging anybody. If they want to do steroids and hit 100 home runs a year.
That's my little fun argument when it comes to like track, like the Olympics. We got these guys doing this. Granted, I guarantee a lot of those guys are on something. But imagine if we like just let it be known and then we really test it. Imagine these guys jumping those long jumps, jumping fucking 20 feet somewhere.
I think a lot of sports should just do these two divisions because, bro, there are people cheating tests. There are people getting away with it. There are people that are claiming, oh, I'm natural in jiu-jitsu. But they say, oh, I'm natural in jiu-jitsu because they know there's no testing that's going to challenge them unless it's random testing.
It's the same thing that bodybuilding does. Bodybuilding has that where they have their natural competitors and then their juice competitors. But everyone knows the juiced ones because they get this certain physique. Because there's, no matter what, natural aesthetic-wise isn't the same. So when people want to do it, they want to be able to rip their gi off or something.
First thing that comes to mind, Gordon Ryan, natural?
I don't think so.
Andrew Galvão, natural?
I don't think so.
Bro.
He's come out saying that he's not, though, right?
Who?
Galvão, didn't he?
No, I don't think he's ever come out saying it. They all like, oh, I take my multivitamins and I praise Jesus. And it's like, okay, Hulk Hogan was doing this in the 80s where he's like, eat your vitamins and eat your vegetables,
breakfast,
brother. And it's like, brother. And it's like, dude, what are we doing here? Like, I don't care. For me, I don't care. It's like, listen, if they want to do steroids. Like, it's not a big deal. For me, I don't think it's a big deal. I just like, if you want to do it, do it. But don't claim like, oh, I'm the natural athlete. The Rotolo brothers, we pride ourselves on being natural and stuff. Bro, because your competitors are not. So let me get this straight. You're going to claim, oh, I'm the natural competitor. And when you go up against, let's say, a guy like Gordon Ryan, who's a big guy,
beat you,
may or may not be on juice. If you beat him, you get to still keep this claim to fame of, see, I'm the natural competitor. But if you lose, you have a built-in excuse to be like, oh, well, he's on steroids or whatever. Yeah. So it's like, what are we doing here? Like, are we trying to test who's the best at grappling? Or are we trying to say, I'm the best up into a certain point, and then there's help.
And my thing with that, too, is like, it comes down to any sport as well. So, like, I've gotten extremely clean, like, all natural, right? Extremely lean down to like being like how these guys step on show, right? I've been there natural. But my thing is like what these people don't understand when it comes to steroids is what steroids actually do.
Yeah.
Like people see steroids and they're out here like, oh, this is going to get you jacked and
they think you just pop it in and then
these
you
guys
just become
still
jacked.
Go to the gym. They still focus on recovery. It helps them enhance recovery, which is what honestly most steroids do. They're not adding in muscle. It just makes
it's not something you take and 2 seconds later you're a balloon animal.
No, what it's doing, it lets your body recover so fast.
What happens if you take steroids but you don't work out? What happens? Do you just get fat?
Yeah, your hormones spike up. So that's why you have to give it something to work with. But that's why you'll see some people, especially back in the day, that's what they would do. And then there was this whole craze movement that happened just a few years ago. Ever heard of SARMs? That was a big one. It was a huge thing. People taking SARMs, especially the military guys wanted to take it because it wasn't tested. And the issue with it not being tested means it also wasn't medically tested. So no one had information on it.
So what's the difference between steroids and SARMs?
So SARMs is a steroid. So steroids is just
an umbrella.
Yeah, so steroids is an umbrella term for something. So like if you hear of
SARMs is like a type of...
Yeah, so SARMs runs into it. So there's like hormonal steroids. There's like anabolic steroids, things that just cause you to build more muscle. There's something where it's purely catabolic, which it breaks things down, usually fat tissue. Okay. So it's like steroids is just this big umbrella, but it divulges into a lot of different things, especially depending on what you look for.
My ears are on steroids.
Yeah, you can check them things out.
These boys be thick.
Literally looks like you got cancer on them,
yeah.
dude. It's
Dude, this one's starting to come in hot too now. It's starting to puff up.
Oh no.
Right here, yeah.
Bro, how do you hear things out of that ear?
Bro, because the hearing comes from the little holes. It doesn't come from the ear
hole, bro. There is no little
hole right
There's
there.
nothing there.
Everybody likes a little hole. Everybody likes a little tight hole.
There's
right
nothing there, bro.
Nobody wants this gapey shit going on.
A normal ear? The normal ear?
Anyways, what we were saying about the steroids.
I like the argument with it is like that is true. They have a built-in excuse, but
I hate it. I'm tired of listening to this excuse conversation, this thing. Bro, at some point, either you test everybody on a regular basis the way UFC does and randomly, or you just create two divisions where one is tested and one is a freak show. And let the freak shows be freak shows. I don't see a problem with it.
That random thing, too, is like that. It goes back to people know how to game the system. So, one, when you get to that level, no one wants to lose a top earner. You think any of these guys want to lose Gordon because they caught him doing steroids if it was tested?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You mean the company overall?
They're going to be like, hey, man, test is coming up. You got like a month or two, get clean, right? You know what I mean? Because even in the UFC, Dana White came out and talked about what's his face? One of the Diaz brothers. What's the
Nick Diaz?
Nick Diaz. Where
the younger one,
the older one.
Nick. Yeah.
So with Nick Diaz, how he got caught for smoking weed, right? Like it was in his system. Dana White came out talking about how they test twice a year. That's it. And he was just like, and they kind of get a heads up on that test, and you're telling me he couldn't stay clean for just this certain amount of time? And like, yes, Nick had his reasons. He was like, oh, well, like stressful times, blah, blah, blah. Cool. But he was like, couldn't stay clean for that little bit. And I think that would be the same effect with steroids, where they're kind of being like, hey, man, test is coming up,
here's
get
my
clean.
thing. Do you consider weed a performance enhancer?
No.
So then what is the point to suspend him because of weed? Because if we're going to get into the realm of like any chemical you put in your body, bro, then taking men's multivitamins is steroids because you enhance it.
I hope you don't drink coffee.
Yeah,
Caffeine's
because
an enhancer, does the same thing.
So what is the imaginary line of like, this is a performance enhancer or this isn't? Because trust me, man, there are days that I'm dead tired and I drink a coffee right before getting on the mats and I'm good to go. And I know if I don't have this coffee, the difference of how I feel is going to be night and day. So technically, I'm on a performance enhancer if I'm taking coffee.
Yeah, it's a caffeine. It's like people taking a pre-workout or something. It's the same deal. So that's also my thing with it. It's just like, who really cares? Now, if the dude's coming out cracked out of his head, and he's like, oh, like legit crack or something, yeah, dude, cut the line.
But what is the line? Because even if you're blown out on crack, like, I don't think you're going to perform well fighting.
No, you wouldn't. And so, and that's where I think it kind of gets it. Now, the argument for weed is that it helps recovery. You're able to sleep easier. You can take it easy.
Yeah.
I have give and take values on that. Again, like most people know.
But some people say melatonin. So that helps you sleep, which helps you recover. So is that?
I think it's like more so if it's natural, like melatonin, naturally produced. You take a little bit more, you can get that deeper sleep. So it's kind of like that.
Naturally produced, yes, but it's still in a pill form. Yeah. Because someone could make the claim, well, testosterone is naturally produced in males, so I'm taking something that's natural.
Well, isn't it that they make a cutoff age for that, don't they? It's like 40 years old, then they allow it. So it's like that's where I think they're able to have a line.
I don't think they allow it. They just don't test for it. Like if you're like.
Well, I know the ranges change, so that if it is in your system, it's because they can maintain the range. I believe it is. Okay. And so if it's like above, like let's say 1,000, right, and like that's your cap. So if you hit 40 and you start dropping before their minimum and you're just taking tests to maintain that range, I think that's what they're concerned about. Okay. Because then if they do a blood draw on you...
But then that's not natural either. Because naturally you should just become feeble and unable to perform.
Yeah, that's also true.
So it's like, man, I hate it. Like I said, I would like to see one of two things. Either you get so strict with the testing and you really hammer down on it, or you open up the doors to the freak show and whatever people take. Listen, you want to smoke crack before a fight? Go smoke crack. You want to do steroids? Do steroids. You want to eat chocolate cake? Eat chocolate cake.
Just take a quick bump.
I don't know.
All right, let's go. But I mean, I get it. It's tough, dude.
It's tough, but I just don't like the tiptoe around like this imaginary line. Like,
of who
this
gets
is
to
okay.
pick and,
This
pick
is
and
not
choose
okay.
what.
This is okay. This is not okay.
Then that's why
we don't know about
There's
this.
different fight organizations for that reason. I mean, different fight organizations.
That's
come
true.
up with
You go to
things.
ONE FC and they don't test you for shit.
So
you
that's
could
what
look
I
like
mean.
a balloon animal and you could go
So
fight.
it's like,
and
and I think that's kind of where their line is. It's just, hey, this is my
what
organization.
rules do you want to play by?
I do these rule sets. If you want to fight here, awesome. And people want to go to the UFC because of how.
Bro, you want to say baseball? Somebody come out with like MLB X, Major League Baseball Extreme, and it's just all guys on
home runs
steroids.
consistently.
Bro,
120
Sosa
miles.
comes back, McGuire comes back in their 60s. Just Barry Bonds comes back, jacked as fuck, and they crush the numbers, dude. You want to bring baseball back? That's how you bring baseball back.
That's just because I can't stand watching baseball.
Bro, baseball is boring.
It's one of the most boring sports. I give people a lot of credit.
Dude.
I know people who play it and they're diehard fans because of it and they love the sport. But man, how do you sit there watching a game? Like, I'm not even a big sports guy. Like, I like watching. I can sit down and watch a football game, but I don't go out of my way for it.
I don't go out of my way for it either.
I can watch it, but it gives there's something to watch, right? You're watching football, it's entertaining most of the time.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's the pace because football, there's running.
yes,
there's passing,
it's a constant go, boom, go, boom.
See, that's why I like
Baseball's
hockey
just-
too, and a lot of people
Yes,
don't
I've been
like
getting into
hockey though
Why?
because it's low scoring. So football, you have the perfect combination of it's fast paced plus it's high scoring.
That's true.
Hockey, you have it's fast paced but it's low scoring, similar to soccer, fast paced but low scoring. So I think this causes people in their brain to like not enjoy the sport if it's
It's the
missing
same
one
thing
of
with
those
basketball
two
then too.
components.
Basketball is very fast paced
And high scoring.
Yeah,
so that's
true.
why it's popular.
I never
Baseball,
thought about it that way. Yeah.
baseball, shitty pace and low scoring. So
Yes.
that's why I think it gets dubbed as really
And people,
boring
and
a
I
lot
think
of
the whole
times.
big thing about baseball is the in-person factor of it. Like, people want to go see it in person. If like
It's fun in person.
and that's what I can
I'd
understand.
rather do
in
that
person.
than
but
TV.
again, I don't think it's about the game; it's the environment.
Yeah,
and
same.
that's what's making it. And that's what gets me about it. Is like, if the whole environment has to make this sport. Like, what's going on here? And again, I know guys that can sit down and watch a baseball game. I don't know how. Good for you. It's the same people that watch NASCAR. I'm like, dude, how, bro? Left turn, left turn, left turn, left turn, left turn. And everyone's like, it's not just a left turn. They have to control the steering. You're not doing it.
The top guy's like 300 pounds. What kind of sport is that, dude?
Oh man.
What kind of sport is that?
Get some NASCAR people.
Bro, fuck you, NASCAR. Fuck NASCAR.
Dude.
This week, fuck NASCAR. I'm sorry.
Every week,
Bro.
fuck you thing.
Come on, man. Last week, Chicago Pizza. This week, NASCAR. Go fuck yourselves.
Those guys.
Have
you ever driven at 200 miles an hour?
But what are you doing to make it go 200 miles an hour? Nothing. The car does
But
it.
they control it.
The car is the athlete.
I'm saying that they are very good at what they do. Controlling a car at 200 miles an hour is hard. I'm saying it's not an entertaining sport at all.
Bro, you could be 300 pounds and do it.
So are linemen.
Athletes. I'm talking 300 pounds solid. We're not talking about 300 pounds sloppy jalopy fucking sitting on the couch like, oh, I got to race in 3 hours. I'll get there. What the fuck are you talking about,
I
dude?
feel like their top guys aren't unhealthy. You see their top guys, they're usually in pretty good shape.
Bro.
They do like their quick little maneuver drills and stuff. Like
All of them have mullets. Fucking the glasses, the sunglasses where it's the, what's the one-piece sunglass?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yes,
about?
I
This, mullets, sponsored by Budweiser, not Bud Light because that's gay.
Because that's gay.
Full
my
American, hard, all the calories, Budweiser. Bro, they all have the hard belly where it's the belly like this, but it's dense.
Dense.
It's like, yo, that's not soft. I was expecting
It's
soft.
not supposed to be this way.
That's how you know the guy does NASCAR.
That's also when you know that they've been fat for a while because the fat just solidified. It was just like, okay, this is, I guess, staying now.
Yeah, dude. Bro, who
still-
gives a shit about a six-pack? This guy got one big keg, solid as hell. It's like a rock.
Go
You
punch
can't
it.
break into. You're like, damn, all your organs really protected in this, man. For sure.
Can't stab shit here.
Yeah, dude.
Man.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, you said you had a video.
Ah.
I haven't seen it, so whatever.
So this is a new thing I'm gonna be doing where I'm gonna collect videos and then I'm just gonna randomly show them to Mario just to get his actual first reaction and impression on it. And I'm hoping we can make this like a segment moving forward. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but like you find a funny video, like, oh, I wonder how Joe's gonna react.
And if you guys want to send some videos to Joe,
you could send them to freshoffthemats@gmail.com.
Yep.
Freshoffthemats@gmail.com. Also, we probably should mention this at the top, but we are on Spotify now too, so you could now listen to us on Spotify.
Right away. Yeah,
I know.
that's
Fuck,
something
God
we need to
damn
do.
it!
It's all right. We'll fix it.
Okay, don't look, don't cheat.
Oh, now I can't even see. Look,
No,
see,
no,
this
no.
is what I mean. It's not even
Don't
something
cheat,
I
don't
know.
cheat.
at
I'm
all.
just curious. So, like, Gordon Ryan and Rotolo brothers gonna fight in Nogi, right? They're not gonna fight in Gi,
No,
right?
I'm pretty sure
It's gonna be Nogi.
Nogi. Yeah.
Do you think they would wear something like this?
So I wanted to do a Spidey cosplay last night, but everybody's like, waiting for the queef. So I made a video. What, do you guys want me to come in like this?
What the fuck? She's queefing.
Like, can I just post a thirst trap without being like, let one rip? Anyways.
What do you think about that? Do you think Gordon Ryan or Rotolo brothers would wear that?
What the hell was that, Joe?
Bro, that was
If we could just get final approval.
We're
That
getting
was-
sponsored by HP now.
yeah. that was a girl queefing in her Spider-Man costume.
She just controls it that way.
Bro, can you believe that? I've never seen that before, where a girl could just like control the queef and like on command.
What is wrong with what do you watch on your free time? You know, you just
Bro,
sit
she
at
was
home.
like squish, 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 squish.
Sploosh.
Sploosh,
Sploosh. Sploosh. This is what you sit at home watching?
Bro,
And now they're not coming out in a Spider-Man video or Spider-Man costume. You fucking goofball. God damn.
It would be awesome if they did though, and then they queefed while they're. Well, I guess guys can't queef, but they
No.
could just fart on each other.
And then they get kicked off the mat. Like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Do you get DQ'd if you fart on your opponent? I don't think so.
No, I've heard people, I've seen in like the Fanatics group or like just people in like BJJ groups talking about some nasty shit. Like
I saw a video one time where a guy was triangling a guy and he farted in his face.
on purpose, or just
I think he just slipped and farted in his
yeah.
face, and the guy started throwing up. It was a Naga
That makes
competition. He was like,
That makes sense.
just started throwing up.
Oh god.
But if a girl queefs in your face while you're rolling with her, I don't think there's a problem with that. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do if you're rolling with some girl
Probably just try to
training, everything's really intense, and by accident you hear a
just ignore it. Ignore it. I'm not bringing it up.
bro. And what happens if she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I just
Then
queefed.
I'd be like, shut up. Shut up. We're going to move right past
No, we can't ignore this.
No,
what do
don't
you,
say
what do
it.
you
Be
think
like,
about
don't
me
touch me. We're
queefing?
going right past it. Slap boat. Let's go. I'm done. Like, we're going right past it. What's wrong with you?
Bro, the fact that that girl could control it on command to queef like that, that's impressive, man. I'm
That's
impressed.
ridiculous. That's...
She was just like, look, my Spider-Man.
I hate you so much. You're going to be like a minute.
All right, next video.
There's another one?
There's another video.
Oh, God. This is what
But this actually came to us by somebody at the gym. I don't know if he wants his name to be said or not, but it's Spencer. So
Oh,
he has
God.
no choice
This is
now.
going to be worse then.
He sent me this and I couldn't stop laughing. I thought you would like this.
For fun.
I mean, it sounds kind of macabre, but I like to go to visit a country after a terrorist attack.
Okay.
What?
A terrorist attack. You know, the horse has already left the barn. It's cheap. And I was in Istanbul after they had that bombing at the airport. So I went there,
Jesus Christ.
and there was a bus was supposed to be 50 people. How many people do you think were on the bus?
2.
One.
You.
So I got the whole tour,
They're like, why are you
the
here?
whole bus, and I stayed at a $300 a night hotel for $30.
Oh my gosh.
I was in Morocco after they chopped off two girls' heads off, and I was on this trail, on the same trail that they were on.
So wait, when you read the news of a terrorist attack, you're like,
Yes!
hit orbits. I
But
mean,
you get really good deals, and the security is fantastic. Well, I've gotten flights to Peru, round trip for $280.
and what happened right before that?
Oh, there was probably an earthquake.
So 9/12/2001, you're on a flight to New York. You're like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's a smart move, though.
That's so funny.
I mean, The dude's taking advantage of some bad shit happening. He said $300 a night hotel to $30.
Yeah.
That's a...
Bro, that's a win.
It's a win, but man, you're taking a risk. Bro,
Super
he's going to... I can understand like the Morocco thing. 2 girls got their heads chopped off. Like that really fucking sucks. But that's not in any way going to affect you somehow when you show up.
No.
Man went to Istanbul.
What
after
are the chances 2 girls get their heads cut off and you go the next week and you get your head cut off?
But yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Chances
not. It's
are
most likely it's not going to be targeted at you at all.
Yeah.
But a terrorist attack, dude heard of a bombing and was like, I'm gonna show up.
Because
you're
what are
taking
the
a huge
chances?
risk?
No, I don't think so. I think. Listen, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I think the guy's smart because think about it. There's a London bombing, right? What are the chances in that week a second one
Bro,
happens?
did you remember what happened the last time? They had a bombing, and then after a bombing, a dude decided to take a van and run people over like a week or 2 later.
But not a bombing.
But it's like crazy shit happening. Why do you think there are deals? Because they're like, no one's going to want to come out here. Crazy shit's happening
But
right
I think he's smart in that aspect. He's like, what are the chances it happens again? Like, what are the chances?
It's true. Apparently, he's lived a long life. That was an old man, so he's
Yeah.
out here just
So, like,
chilling. But
I don't know. I think it's a good move. I think I'm going to start looking for bad shit happening in the world.
Bad news only. Bad news.
Hey, you want to go to Europe? They just had a terrorist attack. We'll be fine. It's safe.
We'll be all right.
Super safe.
We'll be good.
Come on, security's on high alert after like a lot of these things happen.
Yeah, which
it
also,
like kind of goes down and then something
but
big
there's,
happens
like,
and it
you
goes
know,
right back up. You'll be
curfews and
safe.
shit that happen, so then you have no nightlife. I guess it depends on what you want to do. Sounds like that man's not really trying to do much. He's just doing the touristy stuff, so it's probably no curfews affecting him. He's not clubbing or anything. So yeah, I guess if you're like, I just want to go to a restaurant, eat,
I think it's a good
eat some
call.
good food.
I think it's a
I said I got a $280 round trip to Peru.
dude.
He said, "Oh no, they got an earthquake or something."
I want to.
That's a good video.
I want to go to Greece next summer, so I'm hoping from now until next July, like something really
Bad shit happens. Aren't they
in
broke as
Greece.
shit out there?
Hell yeah, you could go there and probably, man, you could live like a king with $100.
Aren't they did they like? Isn't Greece like one of the main causes why all of Europe kind of crashed economically?
I don't know the details, but I'm pretty sure that's true.
It was like their country caused a major downfall for a whole European nation.
Here's why. Because Greece and Italy, I know, are very similar.
Yes.
These motherfuckers are lazy, dude. They get to work at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Then they work till like noon. Then they're like, oh, I'm going to
2-hour lunch break.
I'm going to go home for lunch.
And it's a family ordeal. That means everyone in the country's like, nah, we ain't working.
And then it's like heads or tails around 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Mind you, they went at noon. It's 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's heads or tails of, should I go back to my shop and open up till 8 o'clock tonight? No, you know, let's go fishing.
I'll open up
What
at
the
4.
fuck?
Or they'll just open up at 4 and be like, yeah.
When I was in Greece, you know how many times I'd be like, oh, it says like out to lunch or something? And,
It just
and
never
like,
came back.
And you're like, oh, I'll come back in an hour. Still an hour goes by. You're like, bro, what the fuck? Like, nobody works here? You're just closed for the rest of the day? Your work day is 4 hours in the morning? And then you wonder why your economy's in the shit?
I was about to say, so that's the trade-off, because I love it when people here in this country say that they want that type of lifestyle. I'm like, do you see those? They're
You
bailed
want to
out.
not buy shit?
They're
You wanna
bailed
be
out
poor?
because of us. Like that. There's that. Like we send money over there, and then
Bro, I
their
don't wanna
own
be
nation, and they do it, and it's kind of like this whole issue of everyone has to fund that country.
Bro.
Like that's it. That's a fucking problem.
People will not like this, but I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be poor, dude.
No.
I don't care. I want to figure out ways to like make things work and like get ahead and like.
I tell 'em-
I hope one day I could be a billionaire. The chances are low that it happens, but I hope one day that I could be a billionaire or even a multi-millionaire, and like it would just bring me joy to just be like, here's $50,000, here's $10,000.
You know how great
just
that
to
would
make
feel?
someone's day. Like that would be amazing.
Go to a restaurant one day just chilling,
But
and then they're like,
me,
"Oh man, I've had a hard
the
life.
original
Here's a grand."
person, I do not want to be poor. I don't give a fuck, man. This whole like, oh, the rich are evil, the rich are evil. The rich are not evil. You're just too fucking lazy to be poor, and you want to be a poor piece of shit your
Yeah,
whole life.
there's a good audio that goes to videos all the time where it's like talking about like if you're poor, he's like you can't complain about not being rich. He's like you're poor, get over it. You have to figure out how to be good at being poor. He's like
you know
want
about
good
Dan
shit.
Pena?
Dan Pena, no.
Oh my god, this guy's the best.
Oh,
you know what? We got to find. This is worth.
Why? What's he do?
Bro, the guy is just brutally honest about poor people and shit.
Oh,
He's like, you're fucking poor because the friends you hang out with. Like, he just talks
Is it
a
that
lot
old
of-
man?
Yeah.
The old white dude?
Yeah.
Yes, and he always talks about how he curses and shit.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just like, I don't give a fuck, I curse, fuck you.
Oh, there he is.
Yes,
dude, this
I
guy
have
is
seen
the
it.
best. What's there's gotta be like a clip, right? Like a short one?
Probably not if you're looking up his name directly.
Oh, come on. There's not like a 2-minute, like, something just to give the people a taste. Come on, dude.
Just type in clip right after. Look, Dan Pena rant or some shit.
Yeah. Let's just go to a rant.
Oh, man. Never mind.
Jesus, man. None of them are like a minute.
Need like a TikTok.
We ought to just line, this cement wall. We ought to just line all your parents up there.
Oh, shit. God, what the fuck?
Cut them down like the fucking dogs that they are. Most of the people on this is what you should do. Metaphorically speaking.
Line your parents up against the
You should
wall.
out of your fucking fat mother's thigh, you stupid cunts.
Hey, trigger discipline.
Don't you realize that? And everybody doesn't deserve to be alive. Who the fuck said that? And you know what the snowflakes say? They say, Mr. Pena, every snowflake ever created is different, which is true. Of the trillions, the gazillions of snowflakes, right? And so, we're all different people. And this with his fucking earrings and shit. As opposed to snowflakes melt under pressure. You don't deserve to live.
We're gonna stop that right there.
That's a good taste of what this man is.
The guy's very extreme, but I enjoy his message sometimes where he's like, not so much did I just click on it again? Not so much this stuff, but like I like his message of like, if you're gonna be fucking poor, it's about the friends you fucking hang out with.
Yeah.
You're poor because you're a poor piece of shit. It's really good.
It's true though, and that's a big topic that people really hate.
You have Fifth Third?
I don't have Fifth Third. Fifth Third's another sponsor. So, like, that's another thing I hate is like people don't want to admit that their friends are holding them back. And it's just like, I get it if you love them. I understand, but you have to have a healthy boundary to do what you really want, and that's something that people don't, I think, really think about. They don't think about what they actually want, and it goes back to like what we've always talked about, where, like, I get it asked all the time. Why am I always here? Why do I show up 3 hours a day? Right? Like I'm not like you. I don't own this place. I'm not one of the owners or anything like that. I'm just one of the guys. I'm one of the members, but I show up consistently. I set myself in the beginning. I want to compete and I want to win.
Yeah.
What does that take? It takes showing up. It takes making that sacrifice of personal things. Like I don't go out that often. I have friends that always want to hang out in the middle of the week. No, I'm training.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta train. It's like on the weekends, people want to go out early in the morning on Saturday. I have a class I gotta go to. Yeah. I'll train. I'll go out after. I'll do anything after, but I have to train still. And it's like, I surround myself with people that understand that. They're not going to be like, we're going to pressure you. Now, the cool thing is all my friends, they still invite me to things. Yep. Like, even if I constantly say, no, I'm good, I'm training, I'm busy, they still invite me. And that's what's important is, yes, they don't have to join you with it. They don't have to be there. Yeah. But if they're going to help make sure that you are pushing yourself forward, like if I take a day off, one of my boys, he'll ask me like, why are you taking a day off? Like, what are you doing? Like, is it just to be lazy? Or are you actually tired? Like, what's happening? But I don't take days off. Only time I take off is if my wife is like, hey, time for a date night. Yeah. Got it, Roger. Like, we're going.
So this is something that people don't understand, and I understand what you're talking about because I go through the same thing a lot, and I've been doing jiu-jitsu now, man. August was 10 years that I've been doing this thing. In the beginning,
I had 2 years not too long ago.
In the beginning, though, there was like a couple of things where like I got injured and stuff. I had staff. I had to be out for a period of time. So like total mat time that I've trained, like solid training, has been around 8 years because there was like in the beginning it was like on and off 6 months here, off, and all that shit. Anyways, people don't realize that the goal comes first, and I think you understand this because in the military you understand that the objectives, the mission is first, the goals first. And I remember saying to myself after I got back from my leg injury, I was like, I am not going to stop this thing until I get really good. I start to win at competition. I understand that I will lose some competitions, but I will continue to be the most stubborn, most passionate person on the mats. I don't care what I have to do. I will get a black belt one day. I will achieve my dreams of owning a gym one day. I will achieve the dreams of winning at competitions. I will achieve these things. And nothing is going to stop me. And nothing's going to stop me the way people say, I'm going to be a world champion. Nothing's going to stop. To truly believe that nothing is going to stop you, to truly understand inside, I will not stop until this goal is accomplished. I don't care if I have to drag my body onto the mats that are tired. I don't care if I have to force myself to get to the gym. Yesterday, I was doing that bullshit workout in the morning just because I knew that my body was fucked up from only getting 2-3 hours of sleep the night before. But I said, I'm going to fucking get through this workout. I'm going to get through class. I'm going to get through night class. And you have to be passionate and be stubborn. And people don't understand that. They have the passion, they love it, but they're not stubborn enough to keep pushing
that
through.
First roadblock, and that's where people don't. They think of the whole rise, and I hate it so much, but I love it. Is constantly seeing all the memes, all these posts, all these motivational things. The motivation is great, cool. I'm glad. I share it all the time. I like putting it out there for people to read it. Hopefully, it gets a switch flicked on you. But understand, you're gonna get fucking hit hard, and there's gonna be shit that
often,
stops it.
and a lot.
More
there are days,
more losses than successes, completely. This goes into everything too, not just jiu-jitsu. Like,
you could attest to this. How many days do you get up and your body feels like it's been hit by a truck?
I jammed this finger last week. It's still swollen. I can't fully grab, and I'm still here training, trying to figure out what can I do when my arm hurts.
But you know what the difference is? Some people, oh, my finger hurts. I'm going to take a week off till I feel amazing. No, the goal is still there. My finger hurts. I didn't sleep well. I jammed my toes. I twisted my knee. Find a way.
Yeah.
Put tape on it. Get on the mats. Oh, my ears hurt. I'm going to wear headgear. Oh, I'm going to do this. Find a fucking way. Don't say, oh, my ear hurts. I need to stop jiu-jitsu.
No.
Oh, my knee hurts. I'm going to stop training for 6 months.
Two people here that did the same thing. Their ears started bugging them. And instead of like saying, oh, I don't want cauliflower, I want to take like 2 weeks off. No. They bought headgear, they got the headgear on, and they wear it. Yes, you'll get gassed on a little bit, but who cares? Because to them, they're like, I'm going to still train because this is for me. And that's what you need, no matter what. When you get hit by something, bro, show up.
If you allow these little roadblocks to stop you, you'll never achieve anything in life. You have to be stubborn.
And that's where
you have to break up with girlfriends when they don't understand the training thing. You have to lose friends when they don't understand the training thing. And it's happened to me in my life. I've lost 2 relationships. 2 of them where I know it's directly because of how much I train, how much of going to the gym, and guess what? I wake up and I go to sleep perfectly fine every day because I know that the goal is still out there. You need to keep training. If you succumb to these roadblocks and you get up to the roadblock and you just stop right there, you will fail every single time.
And that's the thing too, where people hear something like that and they're like, oh, well, I don't want to sacrifice my relationship. Okay, but what is your true goal? Is your goal that you want that nice, happy, long relationship, which it's completely possible. I'm in one. I've been in one, but the thing is, she understands where my mentality's at. I still give her the time. Like, we going on 3 dates now this week, so I still figure out how to make my time, right? And even if it's not going out, I'll still try to help her out at home. But you have to understand, if you're going to do it, I have to stay up late. So there are times I'm staying up late so I can get things done that I need to because I had to make other sacrifices. And that's where people don't view it properly, where they're just like, no, this is it. And then they're like, oh, well, I don't want to have or like, I don't want to win that bad. So I can do whatever.
There's no balance. And you know what? Balance is good. David Goggins said this one time. He's like, balance is good for a lot of people.
Yes.
But sometimes when it comes to the goal, it's okay to be in balance in your life.
Yes.
Where it's like, I need to sacrifice it. Bro, I've had friends, like you mentioned earlier, they're like, oh, you got to go to training tonight? Why can't we go out celebrate my own birthday? And I'm like, it's my birthday. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to go training. I want to go to train. I don't give a shit about my birthday because in the grand scheme of things, it's just a day.
Yes.
For me, I look at it as just another day. Oh, so it's my day? Fuck your day, bro. People are born and die all the time.
And not only that, it's like, there's what I never understand, and this is why I tell everyone, show up. Because when I tell them to come to the gym, it's because I want them to see why I don't care anymore. Like, why I don't have to go out. Because we have an environment, and granted, in this gym, it's a very good environment. We have a lot of great people. So because of that, I'm okay. Yeah. Like, I can show up here and know, like, I don't have to be out. I'm with friends here.
You can't be afraid to lose friends. You can't. I've learned in life, it's like you said earlier, it's okay to outgrow certain people. To just be like, listen, man, my goals and your goals, I love you, we're friends and stuff, but they just don't coincide. They don't correlate. You want to go out every weekend and drink and party and live your life up to the fullest? Go right ahead.
Go do it.
But I cannot go out on Friday night because I know that I got to get to the gym at night for night practice. I then need to go eat dinner. I then need to get enough sleep so I can wake up early to go to Saturday morning practice.
Yep.
So all these things are a factor. So if you know this is how it's going to be optimal, why would I jeopardize my optimal days of training just to go out drinking with you and fuck up my goals in the long run?
The thing is, just like you said,
that.
it doesn't have to end bad. And I think that's also a big issue
No.
in today's not today's generation. I'm not going to generalize a generation. People's mindset in general, in today's mindset, is they just want everyone to agree with them. And so because of that, they feel it's like a personal attack if someone wasn't that honest. That they're just like, hey man, we're just not clicking where we're at right now.
It's fuck you, burn it to the ground.
Yeah, and then they see it as like, no, fuck you. Like,
fuck you, burn it to the
I have
ground.
friends
Doesn't
that,
work
like,
that way.
guys that I used to spend every single day with in high school, right? After high school, we drifted naturally. One of them I just reconnected with, and we haven't spoken in a few years. Yeah. Reconnected as if nothing happened. Because it's never that we just drifted and it was a hatred. It was like, no, our lives changed. I went one way, he went another, but then we started talking.
There's nothing wrong with
and
that.
there was nothing, because we started talking, we caught up on life. What are you doing? How's this going? How's this? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And it was awesome, but there was no need, and there was never ill will or anything. Oh, we're not hanging out anymore. Yeah. Oh, we're not talking. We're not texting. No, it was just cool. We drifted naturally. It happens. Still wish the best. My goals are this way, your goals are this way. And it's like, go ahead and do it. And one of the big things that I love is one of my friends in my friend group, he constantly says that he is motivated by me showing up, which is also one of my things that I do. It's kind of selfish in the fact that I get a feel-good sensation by knowing I'm someone else's motivation to show up here. I love showing up. It happened when I first started jiu-jitsu. One of the guys over at the other gym, Fabio, teaches that. One of the guys there said he started showing up every single day, and he's still doing it to this day. Because when I first started, I was there every day. And I would do boxing right after as well. So I would do jiu-jitsu, boxing. And so he saw me constantly showing up. And he was like, well, if he can do it, I can do it. And so he started doing it. And that's the thing.
You can't let people down. And like I've learned this. And I think I took this from Fabio is you cannot, Fabio's our head instructor, by the way. You cannot let people down. And that's how I feel is like, dude, some days when I don't want to be here, it's just like, you know, life gets in the way and like, you're like, dude, like, man, I really need to get other stuff done. I cannot let people, I cannot let kids down. I cannot let adults down. I have to be here every day. I have to be the example that like, bro, it would be so easy to sit in this office and just be like, oh, I'm not going to train today. Yeah. But I have to get out on those mats and be the example for the guys. Hey, you guys are only getting here 2, 3, 4 days a week. I'm here and I make sure I step on these mats every day and I train with you guys every day to show you that this is the way it should be, that it's a constant. I will be here every day when you need me, and I'm never going to be the guy who just sits in the office and like, oh, I don't care, I'm on the computer. Oh, they're training and stuff.
Especially the cool part, you guys like don't, it's not like a closed door for you guys either. You usually keep the door open. You say hi to everyone, and that's the
only time I close is if I'm on the phone and I can't hear.
And that's the only thing is like, and that's the nice part is that people can see that. And again, I love that feeling is because I show people like, yes, I show up every day, and people are like, aren't you tired? Yes, I'm exhausted.
But I know when I step on the mats and I give you a hug and we high five, like, hey, what's up, man? It's like
good.
It's like, oh, okay, we're here to train.
Awesome.
Bro. And how many times we've been like, bro, I'm jacked up today. Man, I'm jacked up today. And like, we roll and we know like, hey, like, we're going to go 80 today. Yeah. We're going to go 70 today. Like, it's not.
You just pick up on it. And it's because I remember when I first started, everyone talked about the Blue Belt Blues thing. And that made me so upset when I first heard about it. Especially because like this became a passion immediately the second I started. And hearing that, all that goes through my head is what else is that person quitting on in life? Yeah. Because that's the thing. Tom Bloss actually just posted a thing about that yesterday. He's like how jiu-jitsu shows your real personality. Yeah. And you'll see it come out on the mats. And the way he explained it was like, is that guy always picking on the weaker opponents? Yeah. Does he only want to roll with lower belts? And like I like rolling with lower belts. It helps me train. But I also like helping them figure something out that I know I struggled with. But if all I ever went after was these lower belts, there's an issue there. So you like being a bully. You don't want real life. Exactly. So you're probably a fucked up person in life, or maybe it could even be the opposite, where maybe this is the one spot in life you're good at. So now you need to let it out somewhere else. It's like you have to find that balance, which is it's just crazy. But going back to that whole quitting thing, it's like what else are you quitting if you couldn't last in this?
Yeah.
Something that, yes, it takes years. This isn't Taekwondo, which no fault to those guys, but it's not Taekwondo where you're getting guys who get their black belt in like 3 or 4 years. In 3 or 4 years, this is year 2 for me, and I'm still a blue.
Bro, people don't realize because someone asked me at the CrossFit gym the other day, they're like, hey, how long does it take to get your black belt in Jiu-Jitsu? And it's hard when people ask that because you have prodigies out there and all this stuff.
And
and
pick it up to 7.
I say typically anywhere from 8 to 10 years.
Yes.
8 to 10 years, depending how often you're training. 8 to 10
like
years.
If you did it the perfect scale,
But karate,
I think perfect scale is like 7 years.
But other martial arts, not just karate, there are other ones. You could be a black belt in like 3-4 years. I've had 10-year-olds come up to me and they're like, I'm a black belt. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Like 10 years old, you're a black belt. Kids should not be allowed to get black belts because you have to realize that there's a time needed to put into something.
But it's not even that. What I always tell people, I'm like, have you seen children athletes?
Yeah.
They're not perfect. No matter what. And then not only that, when they do start getting perfect, growth spurt. Yeah. Now they have to get used to their body again. They start getting perfect again, growth spurt. Perfect again, growth spurt. Until they hit that adult body range. And then they have to retrain everything. Yeah. And then usually what happens is a mental shift in their head. Can they make it past that? You gave this kid a black belt,
and
but
now
are they going to quit?
But now they get the black belt and they're like, I'm the baddest person around. It's like you're 10 years old.
Or they think I'm done.
They're 10 years old and they're like, dude, you don't know anything about life yet. You don't understand. Like, I think black belts, it needs to be. That's why I like jiu-jitsu, that you cannot get a black belt until you're an adult.
Yes.
And I think that's the proper way to go about it. Have kids set belts so that they have goals. And they get reinforced, like, oh, I get something, so it's good for them.
And it is. Everyone likes that. Humans like that extra reinforcement.
But I think that's what they should have with the kids' belts. And then once they get to be an adult and they've gone through the trials and errors and things.
Just like with us, you can't be blue until 16, right?
I think it's 16.
It's 16. Then you can be a blue belt. And then you still have to earn purple, brown, and black.
But you mentioned the blue belt blues, and the reason that belt is there to test patience.
Yeah. It's
because you mandatory have to be there for 2 years. Nothing less than 2 years. And people just quit. People give up. And I think it goes back to what I said earlier of you need to be passionate about what you're doing and you need to be stubborn. You can't have one or the other. Passion plus being stubborn. You need both of these. If you have both of these, you will achieve what you want and you will get to where you need to go. If you don't, if you're missing being stubborn, you could be passionate about anything. I'm passionate about a bunch of stuff, but if I'm not stubborn enough to keep going when things roadblock me, you'll never get to the end goal.
No, you just want, and that's what, again, with everything in life, like that's just how it works. Like you have to, and that stubbornness is what's really going to be pushing you. So you have to understand like that there is some point where you're just going to have to finish it. Yeah. And if it's 10 years, 15 years down the road, all right, good. But then what I also love about jiu-jitsu is just because you get black, you're not done.
You're not done.
Like, you just started. That's what everyone says.
Black
you're a black belt. Now you're in the beginning.
That's the beginning.
Like, that's it.
Guys, we'll see you next time for episode 7. Till we
see you again.
Check
us out on Spotify. That audio is up now. So make sure that you guys do follow, subscribe, do what you need to. Set up notifications for when we get all that posted up as well.
Peace.